Greetings from Indus Valley Public School RAT, e-learning classes of English, class 10th, where we will be doing a lesson from Footprints Without Feet. Name of the lesson is The Hack Driver. This lesson is written by Sinclair Lewis. Children, in our previous video, we had seen that the narrator of the story explains that after completing his graduation, he started working with a famous law firm as an assistant clerk. He was not very happy with his job of serving summons because sometimes he had to face harsh situation while serving them. One day he got the task of serving summons to Oliver Lutkins, who was a key witness in some case in a small town named New Mullion. We have also seen the narrator was very excited to visit a small and beautiful town that is New Mullion, but his excitement ended by the dull appearance of the town. He saw a hack driver standing at the platform who was very cheerful and nice. He went up to him and inquired about Oliver Lutkins as he was new to the town and wanted to find him. The driver told him that Oliver was a nasty and cunning man who owed debt to many people. The hack driver also cunningly extracted information from the lawyer that he needed Lutkins for some case court. Continuing again, a deal was cracked between both. What kind of deal? From the lawyer as well as from the hack driver. Deal was that he decided to hire Bill's hack and go on a search of Lutkin. So there was a hack of Bill and the lawyer was using that hack. So a lawyer will be paying amount to the Bill's hack. Bill somehow traps the lawyer in his story and they visited different places in search of Lutkins. He always asks the lawyer to stay behind. They go to Fritz to catch Lutkins while playing poker. But he tells them that he has gone to Gustav for a shave. At Gustav's shop, they were not able to meet him and were told that he might have gone to Gray's shop for shave, but not able to meet him there also. Someone saw him at the pool room. Here also somebody said that he left the pool room after purchasing cigarettes. In the afternoon, Bill offered him to buy lunch from his wife as it would be less costly than at the restaurant. They had lunch at Waits Hill, which was a very beautiful place, and by that time the clerk was totally impressed by the Bill's nice and merry nature. He had even started comparing village people to the city people. So now lawyer was very much impressed by the Bill. Now coming towards the second part, and while we complete the second part video, we will be coming across this question: what more does Bill say about Lutkins and his family? In the previous video, Bill has said Lutkin is not a trustworthy person. He used to take money. He is very cunning and it's not easy to take money from him. Now let's see what Bill is saying about Lutkins in the second video. So now coming to the explanation for the second part. I know that Bill's helpfulness to the young fellow from the city was not entirely a matter of brotherly love. So now the narrator is saying that Bill is helping me and it is not because of brotherly love, but it is a business. Means he wants to have money and while he will be using his hack. So it is not from the brotherly love. I was paying him for his time. In the end, I paid him for 6 hours, including the lunch hours, at what was then a very high price. So now narrator is saying that he has paid for 6 hours, that is including the lunch hours also. So it was quite good amount. But he was no more dishonest than I. Now narrator is saying that I am much more dishonest because whatever the expenses I have incurred, it will be paid from my office. So he is saying that I charge the whole thing to the firm. That means whatever he is going to pay for his journey to the hack driver, everything is going to be returned from the firm. but it would have been worth paying him myself to have his presence. So now narrator is saying that Bill's presence was worthful for him because he was enjoying the company of Bill, because he was new to that place, he did not know anything. So Bill's presence was very good to him. His cheerful country wisdom was very refreshing to a country boy like myself who was sick of the city. So author or the narrator, he is saying that Bill's knowledge about the country is very good. He is enjoying every part of the country's life rather than people in city. He is enjoying the village life. As we sat on the hilltop looking over the pastures and creek which slipped among the trees, he talked of New Million. So now what happened? They both were having their lunch at the hillsides. From there they were seeing the grasslands, they are seeing the streams and choti choti jo nehar hote, everything was they were seeing and enjoying. And the way Bill was narrating the things, lawyer was visualizing all this thing. मतलब उसके एक image उसके सामने आ रहा था. That Bill was narrating everything very beautifully. और जिस तरह से वो नरेट कर रहा था पूरा वो विजुअलाइजेशन कर रहा था लॉयर. So now what happened? So Mullion and painted a picture in words of all the people in it. He noticed everything, but no matter how much he might laugh at people, he also understood and forgave their foolishness. So now what happened? This Bill used to make fun of the people, but he forgave also them for whatever they are doing. He described the minister's wife who sang the loudest in the church when she was most in debt. So now Bill is telling about minister's wife. She used to sing loudly in the church because she want to tell the God like she is in debt, means she is not able to pay the amount. So for that she used to sing loudly. He told about the lawyer whose wife would never succeed in getting him to put on both a collar and a tie on the same day. So now he is telling about a wife, lawyer's wife, who was not able to make her husband to put collar. There is collars and tie on the same day. या तो वो collar button वो लगाएगा club, otherwise वो button नहीं लगाएगा. So she was not able to make her husband to use both on the same day. Then he made them all live. तो जिस तरह से वो describe कर रहा था तो ऐसा लग रहा था हर एक चीज़ live हो रही हो. On that day, I came to know New Million better than I did the city and to love it better. So now, after having good time with Bill, lawyer loved that New Million city, New Million place than his city places. Then, Bill did not know about colleagues and cities, but he had travelled around a lot of the city and had had a lot of jobs. From his adventures, he had brought back a philosophy of simplicity and laughter. He strengthened me. So now here narrator is saying that as Bill have not travelled to many of the cities, but he has quite good knowledge about his place, and his jolly nature gives him the strength to survive. तो वही उसका जो जॉली नेचर था लॉयर को बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रेंथ दिया, उसने नरेटर को स्ट्रेंथ दे रहा था ओलिवर लुटकिन को सर्च करने के लिए. We left that peaceful scene of meadows and woods and resumed our search of Oliver Lutkins. So now that hill area, it was very beautiful, it's a peaceful area. So now these two fellows, after having their lunch, they left that place and started their mission, that is searching of Lutkins. We could not find him. At last, Bill concerned a friend of Lutkins and made him admit what he guessed. Oliver's gone out to his mother's farm 3 miles north. So now what happened? They were not successful in finding the Lutkins. So somehow Bill concerned one of the friend of Lutkins, and that friend revealed that he might have gone to his mother's place, that is 3 miles in the north direction. We drove out there laying plans. Now we started towards his mother's place. I know Oliver's mother. Now Bill is describing Oliver's mother. See. So now what he is telling about Oliver's mother. So Oliver and his family. First question that we have seen. She is a terror. So now he is telling about her mother. His mother is a terror. Means frightened. It's not an easy lady to handle out. Bill sighed. I took a trunk out there for her once and she almost took my skin off because I did not treat it like a box of eggs. So now what happened, once he was about to give a delivery and he has not taken care of that box properly. Okay, so she had said too many things, even she had beaten him for the purpose. She's about 9 feet tall and 4 feet thick. So this is the physical appearance of Oliver's mother, and quick as a cat, and she sure can talk. So she's very quick and she can immediately talk, convert the things. She's very fast. She's very tall. So this is all about her appearance. She is telling. I'll bet Oliver heard that somebody's chasing him and he has gone on there to hide behind his mother's skirt. So now Bill is saying that somewhere Oliver को भनक लग गई, कहीं से समझ में आ गया कि somebody is searching for him, so he might have gone to his mother's place and he will be hiding behind her mother's skirt because her mother's personality is very heavy, so he might be hiding there. Well, we will try her, but you would better let me go do it. Boy, you may be great at literature and law, but you haven't had the real training in swearing. So now what he is telling about, like, you are good at your laws, rules and regulations and everything, but here people, they used to do too many things. You cannot say कि what the people used to, how they used to behave and all. तो तुम्हें कुछ पता नहीं है इसके बारे में, तो मुझे पहले वहाँ से जाने, लोगों की वल्गर लैंग्वेज कैसी होगी, यू डू नॉट नो हाउ हिज मदर इज गोइंग टू रिएक्ट. तुम्हें अपना लैंग्वेज, लिटरेचर, लॉ सारा बहुत अच्छा पता होगा, पर तुम्हें लोगों के बारे में नहीं पता है, लोग कैसे आपके साथ रिएक्ट करेंगे. सो ही सेइंग मुझे आगे जाने दो, मैं उनसे बात करूँगा, डील करूँगा. बिल इज सेइंग दिस थिंग. So now next, we drove into a poor farmyard. We were faced by an enormous and cheerful old woman. My guide bravely went up to her and said, "Remember me? I am Bill Magnuson, the carter and hackman. I want to find your son, Oliver." So now what happened? These two fellows, lawyer and Bill, they moved to a farmyard and there they find an enormous, huge and happy old lady. The way they have described, like huge lady and all. So they both have seen that lady. Now my guide bravely went up to her and said, so my guide, who is the guide? Bill. So narrator's guide, he went towards the lady and he inquired and he said, अपना उसने एक जान पहचान में, remember me, I am Bill Magnuson. And then he told that my purpose is to meet your son. I don't know anything about Oliver and I don't want, she shouted. काफ़ी देर चिल्ला के उसकी मदर बोली, I do not know where he is and I do not want to tell you about anything about Oliver. Now, look here. We have had just about enough nonsense. This young man represents the court in the city and we have a legal right to search all properties for this Oliver Lutkins. So now this Bill started telling, okay fine, whatever I have told, it's all over. Now it's a serious matter. This man is from city, he is a lawyer and he is searching for Oliver Lutkin and he have proper rights, full rights to search Oliver Lutkin in any place. पूरे घर में वो कहीं भी उसे search कर सकता है. This fellow is having rights. Bill made me sound very important and the woman was impressed. तो Bill ने इतने अच्छे तरीके से describe किया. He has described this lawyer in a very grateful manner and that woman was impressed by the lawyer. She retired into the kitchen and we followed. So now what happened? She went to the kitchen and we also followed in order to search Lutkin. She seized an iron from the old-fashioned stove and marched on us shouting. So now what happened in the kitchen? Well, she has taken a stick, iron stick. She warmed that and now she started showing to both of them in order to make them run away. You search all you want. If you don't mind getting burned first. She shouted and laughed at our frightened retreat. So now she is saying, okay fine, you can search, but before that you will be getting this iron stick as your beating. So whatever, मतलब कि stick से तुम्हें या तो मार पड़ेगी या तुम घर में search कर लो. जो घर में search करना उसके पहले इससे पिट लो. And she started laughing on her frightful faces. Let's get out of here. She will murder us, Bill whispered. So Bill धीरे से बोलता, जल्दी से यहाँ से चलते हैं, otherwise she will murder us. Outside, he said, did you see her smile? She was laughing at us. Now outside the house, Bill started telling that, see how she was doing? She had made us frightened. She had moved us out of the house and she was laughing at us, making us frightened. So my dear children, here I am ending my video explanation. So first question that we have seen, what more does Bill say about Lutkins and his family? So we came across, Bill told that Lutkins was a clever man and hard enough to catch him. He was always up to something or other. He easily can deceive the people. He is good man, but it is hard to get money from him. He told that Lutkins' mother was a terror and he might have escaped and hid over his mother's farm after listening the news of the summons from the court. Hope you have understood this part. Wait for the third part where we will end the lesson. So eagerly wait for my next video. Thank you so much for watching the video.